Hi guys, welcome to Rebekka's Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels, Meals on Wheels, Rebekka's Meals on Wheels, Meals on Wheels, Meals on Wheels, Meals on Wheels.
I'ma keep it. That was very unexpected and I had no clue.
Meals on Wheels, Meals on Wheels, Rebekka's Meals on Wheels.
Okay, can you let me finish now?
Okay.
Thanks. I really didn't know he was gonna do that. Anyways, welcome to Rebekka's Meals on Wheels. The way that this started was, I've been sending lunches for, oh my god, he's being so weird. Why can't he let me just film?
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm done, I promise.
Okay. The way this started was that I've been sending some lunches for a couple people at Jeremiah's work in wholesale. And they all jokingly said, well, hey, we should either buy her a bunch of ingredients and she can make a solo meal, or we should just give her money. And I was like, fine, give me money and I'll give you food. So now we have a new little video coming up. Probably, we're going to try and do it once a week, but I don't know. So with him working, he only works about 7 minutes away from our house, so I could either make them a meal, cook it on the stove, or I can do the easy thing, which is a crock pot meal. This week I can't send it with him because I have to cook the noodles. We're making goulash, and we're making biscuits to go with it, and then I'm making walnut dark chocolate brownies, and they're gonna be amazing. So I'm going to try and send him with crock pot meals from now on so that he can just plug it in and it can be on high while he works, and then when it's time for lunch, nobody has to wait for him to go get food. But today, like I said, we're gonna make goulash. First off, we are browning 2 pounds of hamburger. I use 80-20 just because that's what I prefer. Use whatever you prefer. So we will be browning the 2 pounds of hamburger over medium-high heat. And then in this little dish I have some onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, parsley, salt, and pepper. And then once this is browned just a little bit, I like to brown it a little bit before I put in the seasoning. I just feel like it makes it taste better. I don't know. This is who I am as a person. I'm not a professional chef. Don't, take my methods as holy order. I also would like to mention that I have a lot of friends who ask me for my crock pot recipes, so here they are. Here are my crock pot recipes. Now that I've browned it a little bit, I will just sprinkle in my seasonings and mix it all in. This is hard one-handed, so bye. Now that we have our meat all browned, it is time to drain it. I can't show you this process because I need both hands for this, but it looks pretty nice. The problem with this part is it's hard to film and dump things in at the same time. So for the sauce, it calls for 48 ounces of tomato sauce or whatever, you know. So I grabbed a jar of tomato, basil, and garlic pasta sauce. I really enjoy having the flavored sauces. And I have a mushroom pasta sauce as well. And then to get the extra sauce out of the jars, because you don't want to be wasteful, there's still a lot of sauce in there, I just take some water, and this recipe actually calls for a cup of water, so I'll take the water from that and I'll pour it in. I'll put the lid back on, shake it up. I have a little thing of mushrooms that I just chopped up, Gonna put that in there. Oh man, I just splattered everything everywhere. And then it calls for 2 cans of diced tomatoes. So we're gonna put those in there. Liquid and all. Whew. It's making a lot of sauce. And then it calls for a tablespoon of sugar, which is the weirdest thing to me. I've never, ever put sugar into a sauce. So I've got my tablespoon of sugar. Gonna put it in there. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, which makes more sense to me. So we'll just gently measure this out. 1. Come on. Fill up. Thank you. 2. And then you just mix it all together and you're good. Just kidding. I totally forgot. But obviously, you put in the meat and then you stir it. And then I just put it in the crock pot basin. And I put it on, well, it's only like 11:30 right now, so I'll put it on low. And then when I add the noodles, I'll show you. This looks delicious. This is what your finished sauce product will be. And then later we'll add in the noodles. But we don't want to add in the noodles until like, well, you want to cook the noodles beforehand and just before you're going to serve. So I'll do that like half an hour before Jeremiah comes to pick them up. So for the brownies, we're going to start with preheating the oven to 325 degrees. Oops. I'm going to be real with you. Usually, I will make them from scratch. But I did not have enough money to buy all of the ingredients. So instead I went with this specially, that was really hard for me to say, specially selected walnut, help me, specially selected walnut premium brownie mix. So I just poured the mix in. I have in this cup my oil, my eggs, and my water, and then I'll mix it up and I'll put it in a 9x13 cooking pan and bake it for like 40 minutes, and that's as easy as it is. I mean, if I had more money, I would have bought all the ingredients and made them myself, because I believe wholeheartedly in baking from scratch. I love it, and I'm a really great baker. I just didn't have the funds to buy it this week. Pouring in the brownie mix. I love a good pour shot. Look at that. It's just so pretty. And you know, I'm not one of those bakers who will just pour it in and then be like, oh, that's it. No, you gotta scrape that thing. Use your favorite silicone spatula and get all that batter out, honey. Get it to where it's looking like this. Like there's barely any batter left in there. And look at our beautiful brownies. They're gonna be delicious. The power of television. They go in, they're all white, and they come out a beautiful golden brown. Look at those bottoms. Oh my God. I love bread. Guys, I am dying for these brownies. They're so good. I'm gonna pick this one. It's got an extra large corner. They're really good. They're like dark chocolate. They're so moist. Gooey, great brownies. And they have walnuts in them. So they turned out great. A couple days later, and I totally forgot to do the last step. But film the last step. I didn't forget to do the last step. I took this box of elbow macaroni. It's a 2-pound box, and I just boiled up 3/4 of the box, and then I put it in with all the sauce, mixed it up, and I also forgot to get a final shot. So I will just show you the leftovers that I'm packing for Jeremiah's lunch today. It was really delicious. I had a bowl myself, and whoa, such a good goulash recipe. The crock pot was literally full to the brim of the goulash, and this is what's left after everybody had their go. Jeremiah wants to make a comment.
Everybody said it was delicious, and they all loved it, and they all say thank you. They're looking forward to the next one.
Cool. So that concludes first Rebekka's Meals on Wheels episode. Till next time, have a great day and enjoy goulash.